Other people lie in on holiday, especially after being kept awake half the night by those selfish fuckers with their loud music who must have known they were ruining the sleep, and hence the next day, for all the little kids and their parents and the old folk and all. Justine didn't much mind, just read on her tablet until she was sleepy enough not to be bothered, and the kids slept right through the way they sleep right through the smoke alarm at home, always cheering that. But Steve got his knickers in a bit of a twist, and Justine bets that family with a baby had a bad night, right next door to it as well. They've had parties twice this week. Not really a problem you expect out here, away at the end of the road. It's where you come for peace and quiet. Anyway, she inches herself to the edge of the bed, not turning or rising or disarranging the duvet in any way that would subject Steve to a draft. Not that it ever occurs to him to moderate his own insomniac walrusing to save her rest. Coughing and scratching and throwing himself around. He won't even sit down to pee, now he's started getting up in the middle of the night. Would rather wake her pissing like a horse than sit like a woman just the once. It's a thin partition, she says. I can hear everything, it's not nice. It puts you off lying there listening to aggressive peeing from someone who could perfectly well just bloody sit down but won't, because in his head the masculinity police are watching even in the middle of the night. Hiding, peering in through the windows or crouching in the laundry basket, which is admittedly big enough for a couple of coppers. She has no idea how she'll get all the clothes dry in this weather. Not that you come to Scotland expecting sun, but this is really a bit much, day after day of it, torrential. All very well the cabin coming with a washing machine, but it's actually less hassle to wash things by hand than dry them without a dryer. Getting wet is always the easy part. She rolls neatly to her feet and dips her head while everything blurs and dims and rings, and then comes back into focus. Low blood pressure. She'll live forever. She's learnt the creaks of this floor now, makes a long stride over the worn patch. Steve will whinge if she wakes him, try to get her to have sex instead of running. Easy enough to fend him off, but then she's started the day, started the ticking clock of what she ought to be doing, wife and mother on holiday. Cleaning and breakfast and fun for the kids, making memories and making sure to photograph them in case they turn out not to be memorable after all. She sidles where the carpet is unworn. Christ, this carpet, what were the owners thinking? Backstreet pub circa 1988, that's what. Even if it's clean, it makes you think they're hiding filth, like the upholstery in a bus. She floats paper in the loo to muffle the noise, sits forward, doesn't flush. Washes her hands properly, imperial leather for a nostalgic holiday treat. Always takes her back. Used to seem so posh 30 years ago in Libby's house, where they also had branded biscuits and real Coke. You're not supposed to put soap on your face at her age. Dries the skin and gives you wrinkles. But she likes the tight, clean feeling, and she doesn't have dry skin or wrinkles. She scoops water into her mouth. The taste different from at home. More like the smell of outside. Growing plants and damp earth. Another handful. Not that she'll sweat much in the rain, but it's easier with more fluids on board. She left her kit ready in here last night. Yesterday's knickers, they'll be in the wash as soon as she's back. The moment of fear as she fights to get her elbows through her sports bra. One of these days, she thinks, one of these days a woman is going to die doing this, or at least dislocate her shoulder, and it'll be worse getting it off all wet. She probably doesn't need it anyway, the special tight bra, but they always say you must, however tiny your tits, or terrible things will happen. Running socks. Steve has no idea how expensive, but they do make a difference, and she's just the one pair. Cheap vest top, made in Bangladesh. Doubtless by kids younger than hers, but what can you do? Not buy it, obviously. The thing about running in the rain is to wear as little as possible. Your skin's waterproof, and it's layers of wet fabric that make you cold, not to mention the chafing. Capri leggings. She's not shaved her legs, no point in this weather, but any other loon out there in this rain will have better things to think about. She looks in the mirror. So maybe she was wrong about the wrinkles. So what? Both hands to ease the door handle. Stop at the children's door to unravel 2 sets of breathing. Dither about whether to take one key, leaving them locked in and needing to go through the windows in a fire, the windows being low and easy to open, and there being no plausible cause of fire just now. Or leave the key, meaning that she can't lock the door.